So I'm Rebecca, and I'm here with Viki, who's going to walk me through the new dashboard that she's put together for the GitLab blog. So take it away, Viki.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the second iteration of the blog dashboard. The first iteration was just to gather the basic data and KPIs, but in MVC2, there are some other metrics added. So I'm going to walk you through the dashboard, how to use it. Even I presented this in the previous session. So we have a complete picture how to make use of this data. So there are 3 pages on the dashboard. The first one is an overall view of the performance related to the blog pages. You can see the main KPIs, unique page views, new users, and there is a new one added here, trial submit. So this is SaaS trial and also self-managed. This is at the moment from last year, February until.
Viki, are those trial submission? So someone submitting a free trial form from any page on the blog, so it could be the blog homepage or any blog post. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So this is based on event tracking, where the form is trial. I don't remember the exact name, but Shane writes. I'm pretty sure he knows better. I can have a look at this as well. One moment. Yes, so the event label should include SaaS trial, click, or trial. So for SaaS trial, we are able to track the clicks. Once we are able to track the SaaS trial form, that will be a big win for us. And for self-managed, obviously we can track that. Okay. Okay, I just made something wrong here. Okay, I will fix that later. So
sorry, I've thrown you off course.
No worries. And it will be fixed back because I just removed the filter. The newsletter sign up, which is from the blog page as well, we can track that. And some not important KPIs, but it's nice to have, like average time on page or bounce rate. So as we all know, blog pages always have high bounce rate, which is normal. And the other new things here is, one of them is the trend. So previously we had 2 lines in the line chart, which was the current year performance compared to the previous year. So now this is changed to column chart, and it's showing the current year's month performance against the previous year, and also the line is showing the percentage changes compared to the previous year. So for example, here in January, we can see now the dashboard is okay. Now it's working. So here we can see in January, we have 240K unique page views against the previous year, which is like 19%, almost 20% less. So this year we are performing better compared to the last year. The other new chart.
But just before you move on, this is a huge improvement on the one before. I think, Viki, it really helps to visualize what we're doing and whether we're succeeding. And I also think like having the month by month comparison, like that could help to show us if there's a seasonality to traffic. So like where we might habitually see a drop in traffic over the holiday season, stuff like that. So this is great. Thank you.
There is this other chart. So in terms of blog performance, it's nice to have a view of the returning versus new visitors. So are the returning visitors coming back for more content? So it gives us a good indication of that. So this is just an overview how the trend looks like in terms of these user types. And the source and medium, this is showing by new users.
Sorry, Viki. I'm sorry to interrupt you, and maybe let's just pause in between each kind of element in case I have any questions. The dates on the blog traffic by user type, it goes like March 2020, Jan 2021, May 2020. Let
me just fix this.
Okay.
This is just easy to. Okay. Like this. Now it will be normal. And the other new feature I added is the search queries, how the blog pages look like when it comes to the SERP. There is a detailed page on this dashboard. I'm going to cover it as well. But before that, is the top performing blog posts. Previously, we had just the basic KPIs, but now we have visibility on the trial submit as well on the landing pages. So, for instance, this shows us that this post within this date range, this blog post performed really good in terms of trial conversions, and also had a good performance in terms of traffic. So when we want to find the best performing blog posts, now we can also consider this KPI, which is quite important.
Yeah, and something I didn't realize, Viki, until you pointed it out to me, if you want to sort by any of those other metrics, so at the moment, I think it's sorting by trial submission, but if you want to look at the top performing by page views, you can just click on the words and it will change the, like what it's sorting by. So that's depending on what you're interested in or optimizing for, you might want to click on any of those other metrics.
Yeah, this is exactly how it works. As you said, just click on any of the KPIs in the header to sort accordingly. So, and you can see the top performing pages based on that KPI. And there is the next one. This usually loads a bit slower compared to the other reports because this is a heavier data set, but this time it was quite quick. So this is showing the blog post on how they perform on the search engine result page. So you can see the landing pages and the related query. So for instance, let me pick one, like this one, Git flow. So this blog post appeared on the SERP based on Git flow search queries. I had an average position 9.8, which is not very good. That's why we can see URL click quite low less than 1%. So this report also helps us to see, based on which search queries we appear when it comes to blog posts, and also quite useful to see this information for the organic search.
So what's interesting there is that one is really high on impressions. So does that just mean like that search query is a very popular one, and because it's in the top 10 results, people will see the page with the search results, which includes that. But maybe this is telling us we need to change the title and like description of that post to make it more likely that people would click on it.
Yeah, I would say yes, but I think Niall and Hanif,
yes,
they will know better than I. But this is more for SEO optimization. This is
right.
Yeah. So previously, the average position. So there was a kind of data modeling exercise done in the backend to put together the average position with all these KPIs. Just a little bit of background. Thanks to Niall, who helped me a bit with that. And basically, we can also look at the search queries to get some idea, like when it comes to organic social posting. We can also use this, for instance. And there is also a report that Will put together. He has a report that I can show, and maybe we can make use of it on this dashboard as well. So on the organic social metrics in SciSense, there are new reports here, and one of them is blog shares. We started collecting this data from January this year, calendar year, and we can choose between different KPIs, and the blog shares are displayed based on this KPI and split by channel. So might be interesting to see, and I can also include it on the blog dashboard.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. It's probably going to take some time for the people using it to just explore and see what it reveals. But I think we've got the key stuff in there already. This seems like it might help us to collaborate better with social when we're kind of proposing things to them. And so if that's easy enough for you to include, then please go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
I think I covered everything here. And another thing is, if you just you don't really see these pages, you just click on this and you will be redirected to the
I have some questions on this page, if it's okay for me to jump into those. Yeah. So I was curious, in the medium and source, both of them, the pink one is others. Do you know what falls into that bucket?
I can have a look at it. I used to.
I am also meeting with Niall next week in case this is more his area. So it's all good. But I just my understanding is that none and the direct, the blue elements there, that's generally people clicking directly on a link that they have bookmarked or that someone has shared with them by email or something. So it's like they're typing the URL into the bar.
Yeah.
And then the orange one's organic, like that's coming up in search results. And then the others are pretty self-explanatory, but I was just like, oh, I don't think I've seen other before. I don't know where that falls.
I can have a quick look at Google Analytics and see what is under other. but
Okay.
it's really just almost invisible here.
Yes,
As we
yeah,
have
it's a
these
very
categories.
small portion of our traffic. And then the other thing I just wanted to, this isn't a question, but just to call out for anyone watching this video, I think that the pages per session is a new KPI that you've added in this iteration,
Oh, yeah.
which is interesting because this helps us to see which posts are driving the most kind of exploration of the rest of the site. Would the pages per session, is that more than one blog post page, or they're going from the blog post to anywhere else on about.gitlab.com?
This is to anywhere else, because
Okay.
in a session, a user can land on the blog page and then the user explores other pages. So this is all.
Yeah. And that makes sense, I guess, for the release post to be right at the top there, because I think they link to all of the feature pages and documentation. But yeah, so that's a new one, which is interesting for us to learn from as well. I think that was all my questions, Viki. Is there anything else that you want to show everybody?
Maybe if someone would like to explore this page, maybe important to highlight that if you click on any of the mediums or sources, this is filtering this table and the source, and or the other way around. If you select any value in the source, it will filter the other two charts. So you can easily see, like, okay, I want to see the top performing blog post coming from organic, and then you can easily do that by clicking on the chart. Maybe that's one thing I would highlight.
Yeah, for sure. And so you can do it on the source side as well if you wanted to see the top posts coming from LinkedIn or any of those other referrals.
Yeah, so I can just click on LinkedIn. Of course, it's social, and then we can see the relevant blog pages, the traffic actually.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Well, Viki,
that was it.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is much better than what we were working with before, which was kind of just going by the seat of my pants in Google Analytics. So this is a huge improvement. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll look forward to the next iteration.